Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome. Welcome. Daily News. Daily News.
Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for September 19th, 2007, brought to you as always by Side Effect Software. And I'm Terry, and before we even jump into any news whatsoever, it should be noted that today is Talk Like a Pirate Day, so yar, shiver me timbers. So always keep in mind, every day for September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day, so respect the pirates. Not the pirates that steal things, like gaming and movies and stuff, but respect the old pirates that stole things like gold and rum and stuff. So that's a little different. Anyway, moving on to some gaming news. Super Paper Mario in Europe has game freezing bug. Nintendo has stated that an error is in its Paper Mario game for the Wii in Europe. It's very specific and occurs in Chapter 2-2. Apparently, if you talk to Mimi a second time without picking up a specific key, the game will freeze and you'll have to reset the system. But if you pass Chapter 2-2 without any issue, I guess you're A-okay. For those wondering why this issue is just now emerging, it's because Europe just got Paper Mario about a week ago. The game freeze does not damage the console, and you can avoid the bug by avoiding the trigger described, and Nintendo will soon explain the replacement program on their website. So if you do have this issue and you cannot beat the game without having this bug take place, they go on their website, they'll help you get a new game. Toot sweet, so it'll be cool. Sony confirms and details the 6-axis rumble. Sony formally announced the DualShock 3 during their keynote Thursday morning. There will be no other changes to the outward appearance of the new controller. The new DualShock 3 is planned to ship in Japan this November. US and Europe are going to have to wait till spring of 2008. No price is available today, but the new controller will be on hand at Tokyo Game Show and be playable on about, 10 different titles here, including Metal Gear Solid 4, Devil May Cry 4, Toy Home, Metal Gear Online. So all kinds of cool stuff coming out. Moving on to some tech news. Zune 2 for October 16th launch has been confirmed. An image of Zune 2's has been leaked to Gizmodo and has been confirmed to be legit. Also verified were the addition of the pink, red, and black colors and an Army Jeep green color will also be available for the smaller flash Zunes. The navigation button has been replaced with a new squircle. Yeah, God, I hate that word, but yes, I didn't make that up. It's called a squircle. It's a square with round edges. Anyway, squircle. Anyway, which is a square with rounded edges. It will not have a separate center button as the original Zune does, but the functionality will be the same. The current launch date is scheduled for October 16th, exactly 3 weeks after the Halo 3 launch, and the memory sizes will be 4, 8, and 80 gigabytes. Intel is going to straddle the fence for offer native support for both HD DVD and Blu-rays. The format war between Blu-ray and HD DVD isn't just being played out on store shelves and within the movie industry. The giants of the tech world are also taking sides, or not taking sides, depends on how you look at it, which is the approach Intel has decided to take. During his keynote speech at this week's Intel Developer Forum, Intel CEO Paul Cellini said that his company will back both formats. Intel's decision to offer chipset-level support for both formats is significant, if only because the chipmaker is one of the few major tech companies to straddle the HD fence. Microsoft and Toshiba are firmly in the HD DVD camp, while Blu-ray counts the likes of Sony, Apple, and Philips among its adherents. Of course, AMD has already announced plans to support both HD formats in its next-gen mobile architecture, so keep on the lookout for that. USSR is alive and kicking on the internet. Russian internet enthusiasts are locked in a tussle with an international body over a relic of the Soviet past, the .su domain name assigned to the country just before the Soviet Union collapsed. The U.S.-based body that oversees the World Wide Web's structure, ICANN, says the name is out of date and wants to kill it off. But thousands of internet users still use the suffix in part for its nostalgia value and are fighting to save it. Though nearly 16 years have passed since the end of the Soviet Union, .su is increasingly popular with businesses, clubs, and political groups, and Russian lobbyists on Wednesday said they are starting negotiations with ICANN to keep it. The .su domain name was assigned to the Soviet Union as its country code on September 19th of 1990 at the start of the Internet Revolution. The Soviet Union ceased to exist 15 months later. P2P sites ridicule media defender takedown notices in wake of an email leak. Peer-to-peer poisoning company Media Defender has sent a flurry of takedown notices and legal threats to P2P sites that are facilitating the propagation of 700 meg archive of internal Media Defender email that was leaked onto the internet this week. The emails, which were obtained by a group that called itself Media Defender Defenders, revealed that the company attempted to deceive the public after the disclosure of its affiliation with the MeV site and is providing information about file-sharing network users with the New York State Attorney General's office. Media Defender is now in damage control mode and hopes to slow the spread of the emails by intimidating P2P site operators. Media Defender is represented by Shepard, Mullen, Richard, and Hampton, which is recognized as one of the top law firms in the United States, but all the peer-to-peer sites are unimpressed with the empty threats. And if you guys get a chance, I recommend you guys go check out some of the responses that these peer-to-peer sites have had with these people. They're actually pretty freaking funny. Apple's fight against iPhone unlocks may result in expensive bricks. Apple will actively work against any SIM unlocks of the iPhone, says Apple CEO Steve Jobs. Jobs made the comments during a Q&A session that took place after yesterday's press event in London announcing availability details of the iPhone in the UK. When asked by journalists whether unlocking was a concern for the company, Jobs said, "It's a constant cat and mouse game. We try to stay ahead of everyone, but people will try to break in, and it's our job to stop them from breaking in." But Apple may go much further than just breaking the SIM unlocks that have released so far. One move that Apple could take, and is probably more likely they're going to, is to be permanently and irreparably brick unlocked iPhones when they run this month's pending software update. It would serve as a warning shot to potential unlockers in the future. Even if crafty hackers manage to rewrite the unlocked apps to get around the changes made in the update, they could always be at risk of suddenly owning a shiny $400 chunk of metal and plastic. Also, just as a general rule, whenever you guys get updates for these new devices that have been cracked, such as the PSP, the iPhone, and all that stuff, when the updates come out, don't update. See what happens first. Kind of watch the internet and kind of, see what's going on. That's always a general rule. Moving on to some CG news here. Blender 2.45 has been released. The 2.45 is a bug fix release. It doesn't add anything new, but it's going to stabilize the 2.4 series. No new feature has been added, but serious effort has been put into tracking bugs and fixing them. Some performance issues have also been addressed. A complete list of fixes is available on the Blender website, so if you are a Blender user, go check it out. That has been the news for the evening. I hope you guys have a nice night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Amazing. It's good stuff. True. We can show it. Do you want to see it? Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome. Welcome. Daily News. Daily News.
Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for September 19th, 2007, brought to you as always by Side Effects Software. I'm Terry, and before we even jump into any news whatsoever, it should be noted that today is Talk Like a Pirate Day, so yar, shiver me timbers. So always keep in mind, every day for September 19th, it is Talk Like a Pirate Day, so respect the pirates. Not the pirates that steal things, like gaming and movies and stuff, but respect the old pirates that stole things like gold and rum and stuff. So that's a little different. Anyway, moving on to some gaming news. Super Paper Mario in Europe has game freezing bug. Nintendo has stated that an error is in its Paper Mario game for the Wii in Europe. It's very specific and occurs in Chapter 2-2. Apparently, if you talk to Mimi a second time without picking up a specific key, the game will freeze and you'll have to reset the system. But if you pass Chapter 2-2